Practice this morning went well. We had everyone in the gym. We've got one kid still recovering from her knee injury last year, Ashley Kelsey, but she's coming along really well. She looks really good. Elsa Krieg is back on the floor and looks fantastic and is in the best shape of her life, so we're excited. The two kids that were down at the end of last year are back and doing things. Just to touch on what's been happening, kids reported yesterday. We got in this morning and just did about 3 hours of touching balls, doing things. It was exciting to see. It was good at times and frightening at times because we have 6 freshmen, but there were a lot of really good things. We saw some great play from some of our key returners, Michaela Lovato, Chantel Riddle. Hannah Johnson looks the best she's ever looked. She's setting for us. She spent the summer with the National A2 team and has come back really confident and really doing a nice job. So I think that's going to be a huge addition to what we're doing this year. And then our freshmen really had a nice morning. Every one of them. Our new setter, Lisa Rugland from Norway, just got in. She's playing on very little sleep, but looked really good this morning. Julia Warren, Cassie House, both had really good mornings for us and did exactly what we're hoping and expecting them to do. Devin Sowers had a good morning. And then our two walk-on DSs, Maddie and Danielle, both had great mornings as well. So we were really excited. We've touted this as maybe our best freshman class ever. And this morning, anyway, it sure looked like it because they all contributed in a really good way in practice. So that's exciting. We returned 6 starters. We feel like we're experienced, and with after what happened last year with all the injuries, we've got a lot of depth at every position. And I think it's going to be really great competition in practice right into the season. But offensively, we're much stronger than we've ever been, particularly with the addition of House and Warren. I mean, we knew Chantel Riddle would do big things for us again, and we returned 3 middles that have all started. Sky Galat, Lexi Ross, and Elsa Krieg. So they're going to have a battle to see who reclaims those starting spots, because in the last 2 years, all 3 of them have been starters for us at different times. So a lot of depth, a lot of good things, and it's been fun the last few days to plan what's going to happen, and then this morning to actually get in here and get to see some of it come to work. For those of you that live in this area, you know that I coached Cassie House and Julia when they were in club in 9th and 10th grade, and it seems like forever ago that they're finally here, and I think it's a great testament to our program that they stayed local and chose to be a part of this program and make this program better. And it makes me feel good too, because I was really tough on them when they were young, and they chose to come back and take another dose of it. So, but there's a lot of good things happening. We're really excited, and had some kids do neat things this summer. Chantel and Hannah both played with the National A2 team. Sky Galat and Lexi Ross accompanied me to China for a couple weeks this summer, and so our kids did some neat things, and we're playing, and I think it's going to bring a lot of confidence back to the gym. Questions?
Hey, Jeff, traditionally, what's been the toughest adjustment going from a high school star to playing collegiate volleyball for you?
It's the pace. The pace right away is just so different, and that's the adjustment Devin's having to make coming from a 1A school. But she did get some good time this spring playing some club ball and stuff, and that's helped her. And then with Julia and Cassie, they really they played at the highest level of club ball, and that's similar to college. So they're a little more used to the pace, and I think that made it easier for them to come in and make that adjustment right away. But pace right away, everything in the pace, from how fast the serve gets on the passers to hitting to prepping for blocking or getting your footwork done for blocking. It's a completely different speed, and then second, the power of it, because all these kids are on big time lifting programs, and you don't get that in high school. So I would say that.
What about this freshman class?
Well, it's a big class, but it's a really talented class. Besides the local kids, Lisa Ruglin has been setting for the Norwegian national team. She brings in a ton of experience. She's having to learn our system quickly, but and then even the two kids that walked on just are really good. They're both all-state players here. They're both really good club players, and it's just a really deep class for us that I think at some point this year all six of them will contribute to us, and that's really unusual for a freshman class. I mean, we're not looking at redshirting any of them or anything, so. Sure. We open at Arkansas. Arkansas was a team that was in the second round last year. They're really athletic team, really good. And we play UMKC and Northwestern State, I think, there as well. But that will be our really featured match there. And so right away the first weekend we're going to get battle tested a little bit. Then we come home and we have Georgia Tech here, who's been a really good program the past few years. I'm thinking who else is here. Idaho State, who was had the best record. I think they won 25 or 26 games in the Big Sky last year. And then UC Riverside, and I don't know a lot about them because they have a new coach and all that. And then our third tournament, we have two more teams that were 25 match winners in NAU and Towson coming in from the East Coast, but they're a team that makes the NCAA tournament. And I think it's good balance with the young group, but I think we're getting 3 or 4 really tough matches. And the conference is loaded. Our only non-conference matches outside of tournaments, because we now have 20 conference matches, are Texas Tech and New Mexico State. After that, we play 20 conference matches, and the conference is the deepest it's ever been. We've got 6 teams that could win the conference this year, and out of 10, and the new teams, Utah State's very good. They won the regular season WAC last year, so and it's going to be a little bit different too. I think Colorado State lost 4 starters, even though I think they're in the mix to win. I think you're going to see more favorites in like San Diego State, UNLV. I think returning premier players, we probably have the nod on that. I think Lovato returns as the Libero of the Year, and I think Chantel returns as the premier player coming into this season in the conference. She led the conference in kills. She led the conference in points last year. So it's an interesting dynamic. Wyoming, I think, could be really good. They have a brand new coach, so you just don't know where that's going to go. There's a lot of things in the mix, but I think there's 5 or 6 teams that can actually win this year, which in the past we've talked about 2 or 3. So.